Good morning, my little cherubs. How is everybody doing today? I hope everyone is well. You give me just two shakes of a lemon tea right now. I'm not sure if everyone can hear me right now. I'm just doing a few things. Right, so, excuse me. I'm just going to refresh real quick. Hello, Casto. Good morning. Oh, wow. So it's been a little bit since I've been live. And I'm actually in a little bit of a drive to follow up on my shoulder. And I guess I just wanted to share my thoughts. So I'm actually going to put everything down, hands-free, and just talk a little bit about some of the things that I've witnessed here over the past few weeks. Because I don't think I've been live since around New Year's. Casto, is my volume okay? Can you hear me fine? Anyway, thank you, Casto. So, a lot of thoughts about some things that I've seen happening in GorlWorld, particularly regarding Sam, Telfer, and Yaba, aka YouTube Underground. And I know that they have, within the past month and a half, they've recently found themselves in some drama, with other reactors and whatnot within GorlWorld community. And I will say I find a lot of it hypocritical. Now, granted, I don't have a whole lot of time, which is why I haven't been live lately, to dedicate in-depth research. So this is going to be very surface level opinions, and possibly unpopular opinions. However, take it for what you will. This is how I feel about things. So this first started, well, I'm sure it first started long ago with all of the drama and whatnot. And they're very polarizing characters. I personally enjoy Yaba's channel immensely. I do enjoy listening to her commentary and her reactions. Sam is just as engaging to me. But I don't watch it very often. I actually don't think I was even subscribed until just recently because I wanted to try to keep up to date with everything going on. But here's the The long of the short of it, the short of the long of it, whatever. So it was expressed yesterday in Yaba's live that there was a sub or creator, somebody else online, some other online persona named Pink Lava or something or other, right? And this person, and I'm sure they weren't working alone, it was alleged that they had, drawn like a map or something from Yaba and Sam's residence to the child's school. And I was pretty disturbed to hear about that. Now, I'm sure that's probably old news because I do very surface level GorlWorld research. Like, I'm more into the subject matter of GorlWorld than the actual people who make up GorlWorld and their stories. But anyway, so this map is alleged to have happened, and I'm sure it was shared somewhere for Yaba to know about it. And what was the purpose, right? What's the purpose of doing something like that? I don't know. I will tell you, it's not for anything less than nefarious purposes, right? So it comes to be that whoever it was that drew this map or whatever had purchased merch from either, I believe it was from Sam. And Sam found out about it. And I didn't see anything where Sam had like posted this lady's details, but it's been my conclusion is that this lady was doxxed based off of her merch purchase. However, yesterday Sam said that her and several other, meaning this purchaser, and several other people's information has been doxed on maybe something called onion farms for quite a while. Anyway, that's not the point. My hot take on all of this is if you as a person are going to get online anonymously or under some other moniker and incite terror, threaten people's reasonable right to privacy, expose their children to other forms of nefarious communications like drawing a map to their school or putting the name of their school out there. I don't care what happens to you. If you're going to post pictures of people's homes online, if you're going to violently threaten them, I don't care that you get doxxed. I do not believe that if you are going to use any platform, any social media platform to cause that kind of upset, and granted, upset does not even do it justice. I do consider it a form of terrorism. But if that's how you're going to live your life online, I do not have any respect for your privacy. I don't believe that you should be allowed to remain anonymous. And I don't care if your actual identity comes out. And I do not care about any forms of fallout or repercussions that can happen. However, one thing we need to really discuss is that me having said that, right? People will boo-hoo and they'll cry because Euphoria said that. And that makes Euphoria a hypocrite. And let me just expressly tell you, that you know the difference between publicly calling out another creator for bad behavior online, or maybe if you'll just have beef with another creator and you're spitting and spatting online, versus how some of you like to do things and live your life online. There's a difference. And you're not fooling yourself. You're lying, and you know that you're lying. You know that posting a picture of somebody's home online, posting the names of their children, posting their actual names, posting their addresses, you know that that is wrong. And you know what you're trying to do. You know that you are being malicious, and that there's a stark difference between just beefing online or calling out perceived bad behavior and doing that. And you have nobody fault trying to argue that you have any right to privacy when that is how you live your life online. I do not care. Do not cry to me about it. Talk to your mother. Talk to somebody who actually cares, who can give you the little butt pats that you so desperately need because you got exposed for being absolute gutter trash on the internet. That's all I have to say about that. So if you decide that you are going to come for somebody's children in a way that could potentially expose them or their school, and you get your pixelated PP snot, you had it coming. You know better. And I'm not saying it's Sam or Yaba or any other person I might have insinuated during this conversation. Plug and play as you will. Are innocent by any means. I am sure everybody has less than stellar moments about their online character and the way that they conduct themselves. That's just life. That's not something that's exclusive to being online. That is life. Everybody has bad moments where they wish they could have done something different. Or maybe they don't regret it all. That's between you, your ability to self-reflect, the wall, the God, Jesus, whoever. Okay? Between you and your maker, or if you don't believe in a maker, you and your unconscious. So I can't wait to hear all of the boo-hoos and crying about what I've just said. And I can tell you again, I cannot stress this enough. I do not care. I do not care. I do not care. I make sure that I live my life moving on the internet in the way that I would not. I mean, I'm pretty harmless. I don't dox anybody. Yeah, I talk a little smack every now and then, but I don't do anything nefarious or ever go out of my way to purposely hurt someone. And if I do hurt someone, I have no issue hearing them out and genuinely extending apologies for any potential damage that I may have caused. That will never be an issue for me. And I'm always open to hearing the other side. But yeah, I'm parked now. Look at my comments. Oh, I have 4 viewers. 4 viewers. One's actually talking. You could probably guess the other 3. Hi, Indigo. Good morning. Indigo, congratulations on your growth on your channel. We love to see it. B, good morning as well. Oh, well, I am pleasantly surprised to hear that I am wrong. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And again, I do not expect anybody to publicly co-sign my sentiments on this, nor will I ever allow somebody to hold your feet to the fire for whatever I said or my opinion is. And by all means, anybody who ever tries to make you hold your feet to the fire on something like that, or tries to hold your feet to the fire because they want to cry and seethe over my little opinion, you can tell them where to go and what to do when they get there. And you and I will always be all good. You could even make a public statement saying, hey, listen, I like you for you, but I definitely don't agree with that live. And that's fine too, because we all have our personal opinions about the way things are done online. I have definitely seen that when people go out of their way to really harm somebody emotionally online, threaten their personal sense of security, and threaten their reasonable right to reasonable expectation, right of privacy. That it was a good result and everything did seem to die down quite a bit. And we loved to see it. We loved to see them put right in the place and exposed. And my goodness gracious, did I get a few laughs out of that? Well, more than a few. More than a few. I still do to this day. And it made so much sense to me. It really did. You know, being able to put a picture with the online persona, you know, everything really kind of clicked into place for me there. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Is anybody else tracking on this little segment of Girl World drama? And I will tell you what, just looking at a few of changing directions here a little bit, just looking at a few of Chantel's previous lives. Ooh, old girl is not looking so good lately. And man, she is doing even worse than she was in Canada. I think that there's a few reactors who are spot on the money. Is she kind of has like something like a food insecurity going on. So when she does get a hold of something that she thinks is particularly tasty, she just gorges herself on it, and you know, ultimately fails her um, health journey. And rather than immediately get back on track, she just continues to live the rest of the day like she's starting fresh tomorrow, and then she'll turn around and fail the next day and just continue to live that day um like she's starting fresh the next day. And I that's not something that she's going to be able to sustain, period. Like once she falls off the horse, she's got to immediately get back on. She cannot even take time to dust herself off. This lady is going to die. She is going to die. Oh, let's see here. I had to reconnect my headset. It's like half that. No problem, Indigo. No problem at all. Hmm. It's such a dreary day here. Uh, anyway, so pretty much what Foodie Booty is doing right now is that she's doing her little lives, she's doing her little like vlogs and talking about, you know, bingings and things of that nature. And I mean, this is really, really getting out of control because she had like a bad day and she did like a Taco Bell like haul. And I mean, just stuffed herself completely. And then shortly after that was the You can't even call it a pot pie. It was like a pot casserole, and she ate so much of it. And it's because she's once she like fails her food or her health journey for the day, she just like gives up on the whole entire day, makes no effort to try to do better for the rest of the day, and just continues to just like, well, I guess, tomorrow I'm gonna have to start over. So let me just, go ahead and just get everything I want, in me today. And it's very concerning, especially when she's like, I don't know that she's under the care of a physician over there while she's in Kuwait. I know her sugars are out of control. So Chantal went back to Canada um, shortly before Christmas, I believe. She went back to Canada to gain access to like the universal healthcare system that they have in Canada. Found out that it was going to be a heck of a long wait, and that she was going to actually have to put in the work to make positive changes in her life and her relationship with food before she was even a candidate for gastric bypass surgery. Then during that whole thing, she's still dealing with like her like unregulated diabetes. She has type 2 diabetes, and her sugar is out of control, and she's pretty much I didn't really notice that she was doing anything really substantial to take care of her sugars. Um, but she just, would go to the emergency room thinking that she could get like a script for insulin, and they're telling her, no, you need to follow up with your family doctor. Well, she didn't have a family doctor. Found out that it was going to be like nearly a 2-year wait list, I believe. And someone please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a long time for a healthcare provider, or for her to get on with a healthcare provider. During this whole time, it comes out that her husband, fake husband, I don't know, her husband in quotation marks, because it is very, very much questioned whether they're actually married or not. But anyway, I digress. That's not the point. Her husband got on Twitter and in the DMs on Instagram and exposed for being a cheater. Not only did he get exposed for being a cheater, he got exposed for having some really unsavory fetishes and an extreme distaste for women in general, just based on the nature of these fetishes, right? So this girl, her name is Kybella, she came out on Twitter and posted screenshots of their conversations. And they are not for the faint of heart, B. No, no, no. I mean, this is like poo poo pee pee stuff. And now he's going to be forever known as Scatman on these YouTube streets. So anyway, it was incredibly embarrassing for all parties involved, except for Kybella. Kybella has been praised as the unsung hero of GorlWorld. I disagree, but whatever. I would never really, ever, not even really, I would never involve myself purposely with a married man just for the sake of trying to hurt someone else or to prove a point. That's not my point to prove. That's something they got to work out between them if there's infidelity issues. But anyway, I digress. So these fetishes that come out, like poo poo pee pee fetishes and grape fetishes. So very, again, unsavory fetishes. And I've never really been the type to yuck anybody's yum, but I am going to yuck all over that yum. Okay, first of all, you're cheating. You're garbage. Second of all, that's what you want to do. But apparently he doesn't want to do any of that with Chantal or Foodie Booty, which is interesting, and there's been a lot of things like alleged, suspected, even that it's possible he has only with Chantal to gain some type of access to Northern America, whether it be a citizenship or what have you. I don't know. I couldn't say. I'm not in that man's mind, and I'm most certainly not part of their relationship. So anyway, continuing on, Chantal finds out about this. It comes out publicly, and it is literally first page news all over GorlWorld. Everyone is talking about it. Even orbiters of GorlWorld are talking about it, and I can't imagine how awful that would feel. I do have some empathy for her in that situation. But anyway, so Chantal goes live, talks about how Salah, or Scatman, as he's now known, is trash, all men are trash, blah, blah, blah. Like within like maybe 12 hours or less, I would say 6 hours or less, she's redacted all of that, retracted all of that, and is going to see it through and stay together for the family. Whose family? I don't know. I mean, they got a pet hamster and a cat. I don't know that that's necessarily a family, but go off, sis. If those are your babies, then whatever. Uh, some people look at their pets as their babies, their fur babies, to be exact. I don't know necessarily that my Ralph is a fur baby. Uh, yeah, you know what? He's a fur baby. But I don't really look at him. I don't know. He's got a personality. You can't infiltrate him. My cat's got too strong of a personality for me to look at him as like a baby. Maybe like for a teenager. Yeah, that's probably more appropriate. Anyway, so when this comes out and Chantal decides that she's going to stay together for the kids, she beelines it back to Kuwait, so they're all reunited. Interestingly enough, this part actually did crack me up. Okay, so when Chantal got home, all of their furniture was replaced, um, which would seem surface level like that's a very kind thing to do. However, it came out that Scatman skeeted all over the previous furniture, and I guess he couldn't figure out how to clean it, so he just replaced the furniture. But my goodness, that's something else. Oh, hi, Melissa. How are you doing today? Oh my gosh, does not even, weird doesn't, weird just doesn't describe it for me. Bizarre. The whole thing is bizarre to me. Now I know that there's some self-esteem issues. There's a whole lot of like stuff going on with Chantal. Um, and also, considering the time that she's invested into a relationship and, the online presence of the relationship and then her personal pride on top of that. So all of that comes together to create a really disgusting mixture of self-loathing and lack of worth or lack of perceived worth, not my perceived worth of her self-perceived worth. So where she would stay with somebody who would, one, talk to women like that, and two, talk to women like that when they're supposedly married to you. I mean, B, if you decide to ever go down the rabbit hole, trigger warning, okay? If you decide to ever go out there and look for the receipts of these screenshots of these DMs, it's gross and it's disgusting, actually. There's no other way to put it. I don't even know necessarily that disgusting does it justice. Like, ugh. I could never. But anyway, Chantal hightails it back to Kuwait, disregarding uh, all of the things that she needs to personally take care of in Canada. And now she is up shit creek without a paddle, no pun intended, because we know he's not poo-pooing and pee-peeing on her. So she's a metaphoric shit creek, not a physical one. I wonder if she wishes it was a physical one. Well, I can't relate to something like that. Oh, everything about the situation is so ill. So I guess he just decided, well, I mean, also, like, didn't Chantal say something about needing to hire a cleaning lady? So it's like, does Scatman actually clean, or does he just leave it all to Chantal? I'm pretty sure he believes that cleaning is beneath him. He would have to. I can't imagine that people would be openly expressing that they are hard up for funds or not necessarily financially secure, and they couldn't figure out a way to clean a couch. Like, but this is also the same person knowing that his wife is a heavily critiqued public figure, having absolutely disgusting, abhorrent, inappropriate conversations with somebody who was a self-proclaimed beezer, whatever that is, and thinking that they wouldn't come out and thinking that he could lie. I mean, he tried to get ahead of all of it because I guess Kai Bella said that she was going to expose him. And so he told one-fourth of a one-fourth of a one-fourth of the truth to Chantal. And then when she was on live, everything started coming out and people started telling her about the screenshots and all of the information that was available on Twitter. And oh my gosh, I've never cringed so hard in my life, ever. The embarrassment that I felt for her, I would have just gotten off live right then and there and literally just went to see what was going on rather than have people who are subscribed to me tell me that this is what they're seeing online. Right, Melissa. Well, like I said, this is the person we're dealing with isn't the brightest crayon in the box, isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, and is a few French fries short of a Happy Meal. My goodness. I do have to get ready and go. I just want to leave you guys with a message. One, I hope that you all attack today with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Two, do not allow anyone ever try to attempt to hold you accountable for my public opinions on something. My opinions are mine and mine alone. Don't ever expect me to ever publicly denounce or call out anybody that you have a belief that I have a perceived friendship with, anybody that I have a friendship with, or anybody that you can tell that I have warm feelings of admiration for. Do me a favor. If you think that that is something that you are going to do in the future, that you're going to expect me to publicly call somebody out or whatever, knowing that I have a friendship with them, go ahead and hold your breath okay? And hope to high heavens that your insurance policy, that your life insurance policy is up to date, okay? That's how I feel about it. That's how I'll stand on it. If I ever have a problem with anything that anybody that I call a friend or close acquaintance does, I will have a conversation with them if it's even my place to do so. If anything, I'll definitely ask their thoughts on it. Maybe I won't even share my own. Who knows? Not everything calls for public outcry, and I won't expect anybody else to do that either. I don't find it appropriate, and you'll never, ever bully me into doing what you want me to do on this platform. So like I said, if you think you might do that, go ahead and hold your breath and hope for the best, okay? Go ahead and die on that hill. That's fine. Thank you, B. I do appreciate that. This is more of an administrative documentation type of thing today. But yeah, let's all have the best days that we possibly can. A few of you out there, I hope you have the day that you deserve and nothing more. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. You know that time is a very, very valued, measured quantity that we all have. And we do not get a moment more than what we've already been allotted. So if you took time to talk to me today, listen to my thoughts, or rewatch this, thank you very much. I'm very grateful, even if you hate me. All right, take care, guys. Melissa, also so nice to see you. I'm so happy to see that you're posting online again. Welcome back, sweetheart. And I'm looking forward to more public service announcements because that's actually very useful information. So you all have a wonderful day and we'll talk soon, okay? God bless.